Welcome back to Trenton State Titans Dynasty here on College Football 25. We are on quite a win streak. 3. We started out 0-3, and then we started playing Conference USA teams, and we are narrowly, in a lot of cases, managing to win these games. We're scoring quite a few points, but of course a one-score game over an FCS school, my Riverside Royals. We beat Jacksonville State by a field goal. We beat Middle Tennessee State by a field goal. Liberty, as I kind of hyped up in the last episode, I think will be a slightly different story. Now, it does say we're playing in Trenton, Alabama. Teambuilder is broken. I think the game registers us as being in Georgia, where Kennesaw State was, who we took over. But we're supposed to be in Florida. It is what it is. Liberty's coming to town. Quick update on recruiting in case you didn't stay to the end of the last episode. You should have. But Henry Streeter, of course, decided to commit to us, as did the tight end from Decatur, Georgia, Tyler Branham. So the class is coming together. We have 100 hours to put onto players here. And scouting is going to be important. I almost wondered, did my progress not save? That kind of scares me. Yep, my progress from the end of the last episode didn't save because I took Jermaine Beauplan off my board because we weren't able to schedule him. It's broken. So fun. And UCF's just going to get him, so we took him off the board. I've totally forgot everything that I've done. I know we had the receiver. We amped up on Zach Poole. I wanted him in on a visit, which we do have, for this game. But I wanted to throw even more points on him. So we can do contact friends and family up to 50. Well, I also remember that one of these corners was a gem. And they are not currently on my board. Oh, Online Dynasty is annoying. All right, let me fix this. Now, this is part of the good part about being a YouTuber is I've recorded this. Juwan Stevens from Palm Coast, Florida, 5'10", 195, a gem corner. Baraka Sun has interest. I have not found Juwan Stevens yet. His ranking was 12-15. That's another great thing of why it's good to be a YouTuber. I will say that is really frustrating because it's tough to go through everything that I've done and replicate it with my hours. Because some of them were towards scouting, and I didn't really fully scout anybody. Let's fully scout Josh Obanaya. Okay, he's still about as good as we thought he was. Is this a guy worth pursuing? It is UAB. Could we get him if we really wanted him? I keep saying how we need corners, so maybe we'll come back to that. Oh yeah, Clint Campbell we took off the board because Miami made an incredible push. So I'm here to tell you what I'll do. I'm just going to try and reset this best I can. Or something. And I'll just update you guys when it's over. So to not cheat and for the purposes of, and I know I said I would just cut to the end of this, but I think it's important to just update you guys so we can see everything for the video. If you didn't stay to the end of the last one, I do a lot of this at the end of the episode because I think a lot more people would be interested in sticking around versus at the start where you're probably looking for me to jump into a game. And I mean, that doesn't usually go that well. But we want to put a ton of points into him because he is a gem corner with good speed and amazing man coverage. Only 5'10", but I think that'll play. And you know what? I'll just take a shot on Baraka Sun. He was not someone we added to our board last time, but we're in his top 10 already. Another only 5'10" corner. But and that's not crazy small. Like, typical corner size is about 5'10" to 6 foot. There are bigger corners. There are smaller corners. But typically, 5'11" is kind of like that average, where you kind of have that combination of size and quickness and speed. But Juwan Stevens is the one we really want a lot. All right, here we go. Liberty coming to town. We wore the all-black uniforms in a recent episode. I do want to wear black uniforms in a way, but not the blackout. I know this seems like kind of a weird combo. We got the black helmet, black pants, purple jersey, but I'm telling you, it actually looks quite good in game, and I think it's going to look good as we host Liberty. I think I've talked about them before. They've got some very interesting ideas, to say the least, over at Liberty. Some really interesting ideas. You can look into it. And we'll hopefully beat them down. I don't know. They're an 80 overall. We are not. And sometimes, I don't like how they're wearing black uniforms. Well, not black, but might as well be. This is kind of like color clash. Well, we're going to deal with it. Bentley Henshaw is their star player. Hopefully we're able to shut down this offense. But I'll tell you, their real star quarterback, or star player, is their quarterback. Salter is an animal. Put up numbers in 2023 for Liberty. But it doesn't seem to matter right now. Joey Maffei into the backfield. Nice tackle for loss. Liberty will lose 3. And we'll try to get in position here. Just get on them early. Read option, we got to be aware of this. We have to be aware of it. Broken tackle. Force him out of bounds. Way to stay with it. Jesus Christ. That's Ahmad Bourne. I mean, he was... Speaking of Bourne again. No, this... He was basically bodied there, but... Salter got tripped up, and it doesn't end up hurting us too badly. Trying to stay in position, trying to cover everybody, and finally we bring down Salter. It's the defensive tackle, Duke Joslin. Good series from our defense. Kind of not really taking everything away. If, you know, Salter pushed the ball down the field, probably would have completed it for a big gain. But he just kind of held on to it, decided to throw it late, and he was facing pressure from both sides. So he was in really, really rough shape there. And that's a great start for our defense. 4th and 13. Goss back to return. And we tried to fair catch it. It's not what happened. Also, apparently got to be on the lookout for Quentin Cooley, the running back. I know more about Caden Salter than I do about him. But, I mean, Liberty's got some players. So, we're going to have to try and keep up with them on offense. It's a great start that our defense came out and actually got a stop. But I'm not sure if we can rely on that regularly as we find Matt Sims for 8. You know the offense at this point. We play to the strength of our team. Neil McKee really can't push the ball down the field that well. But if we get the ball into the hands of our playmakers, we're able to move the football a little bit. So it's a lot of screens. It's a lot of orbit, jet motion, swing screens, bubble screens, halfback slip screens, cross screens, rocket screens. There's a lot going on. But that's the way the offense actually functions as we kind of stepped into pressure there. 2nd and 10. I don't like that we're running this to the short side of the field. Why? Oh my goodness. I guess I didn't realize that was an RPO. The RPO part of the first, where it says RPO read jet pop, I should have realized. That's one of those cases where reading is probably pretty helpful. 3rd and 14. We lead this inside and get after it. It's going to be intercepted. Well, I did ask the question of whether or not we'd be able to do that. Answer is no. Neil McKee trying to save a touchdown. It's a pick 6 for Liberty. And one of the few interceptions we've actually thrown this year. I mean, if you've watched any of my other series throughout the history of time, you know I launch picks. This offense really, you know, makes me be safe with the football. We don't launch picks. Tried to really, you know, push the limit of what Neil McKee can do as a passer. Didn't happen. Didn't work. Well, you know what? Maybe we just play better from behind. Maybe that's it. And I don't know if that's it either. Let's not be afraid to run the football. I don't know if this is going to work as well against Liberty as it did against some of the lesser competition. Because Liberty's actually pretty good. But down by a touchdown doesn't mean, okay, pass every single play. We can still get the ball to our backs. And a lot of our passing game anyway is just quick passes. As that's a great catch by Matt Sims. That's the most impressive thing about him is I feel like that type of animation is just a drop all the time, but not for Matt Sims. He just catches it. Trying to get to the outside there, just can't find the space. Okay, star receiver, we know Devin Bibbs. Got to get him on the move, got to get him the football. Give me a block on the outside. There's Devin Bibbs. Cut back up the field. Devin Bibbs towards midfield. Good start for him. It's just the manufactured touches is the way this offense thrives. We just don't have a quarterback that can really throw. But if we find ways to, as we're going to get sacked, find ways to, you know, get yards through the air without actually throwing the ball downfield, that's when we're most effective. That part wasn't great, admittedly. See who wants to get open here. There's Zach Edmond. He's got a fumbling problem, but holds on to it this time. 3rd and 8, though. I think you could call this 4-down territory if we get close enough. So we're going to throw this up the field. Kai Kiernan actually gets it with a little bit of assistance from the linebacker. He gets popped, but falls ahead and gets the 1st down. This is the type of play where I'd love to take a shot on the post, but it's just not wise. We're trying to throw it down the field. And that's another thing, too. It's not even just the quarterback. It's also the offensive line is why we don't really try to push the ball down the field too much. I keep using that terminology because that's exactly what it is. And, you know, of course, on a play-action boot, it's going to be less about the offensive line and more about the speed of the quarterback and the separation speed of the receivers. But it's another tough spot, 3rd and 10. I think we just get the football out and see what happens. And that's actually not Zach Edmond. That's Matt Sims who puts the ball on the ground. So, talked about the fumbling problem for one of our tight ends, and now the other one loosens up, puts the football on the ground, and yeah, he can't believe it. And I can't either. Matt Sims has been really good this year. I called him Dan for a little while. It's Taylor with an E, huh? Taylor Jackson knocked the football out. Big hit. Not the start we were looking for, to say the least. Receiver's going to come in motion. We got to be aware of the jet touch pass, but it's back inside. Give me a big hit. Come on. Knock him into next week. Put him in a concussion protocol. It didn't happen. 2nd and 9. Could still be a run, though, but we got to be aware about the read option. Quarterback keeper. Okay, that's going to be a touchdown. Well, Darrell Brower had 2 picks a game ago and is now absolutely torched on a slant. I don't know where my safeties are. Not in the picture. Asleep, actually. It's a good representation there with that celebration from Sibley. Yeah, I mean, we just don't have the speed at corner. If they're going to run slants, it's going to be effective. We didn't really have help on the inside. It just absolutely torched. And, I mean, Corey Cushing was never chasing him down. Went for the big hit. That was clearly a mistake. But we were never stopping him. So, would have been a touchdown anyway. And it's going to be 14-0 Liberty, as we will try to find a way to bounce back and get back in this game. That's all you can do. Just holding it for way too long, man. We got to get rid of it early. This is what I've been so good at the entire year about avoiding, is just holding the ball and then getting sacked. You got to get rid of it early. Find the receiver early. And there's Devin Bibbs, stiff arming, got it all back. You just cannot hold the ball with this team. You can't do it. McKee doesn't have the speed to extend. The offensive line doesn't have the ability to hold blocks. So you have to get rid of it. And that's how we're going to do it. Kai Kiernan only gets us 2 or 3. But that's okay, because sometimes a 2 or 3 is going to be 7 or 8. Sets up 2nd and short. But not on this occasion. Ooh, Jason Becker can't hold on. Now it's 3rd and long. 3rd and 8, I guess, is borderline 3rd and long. Not where you want to be. They're almost begging for me to run the football, but I can't on 3rd and long. They're vacating the middle of the field. That's going to be so stupid. Oh, gosh. Interception. Again, we've been so good at avoiding those, but not this week. I mean, I just threw it right at him. We're trying to get it in behind him. Yeah, Neil McKee's showing exactly what we tried to do. Clearly, it did not work that well. Eldrick Griffin with the interception. I just didn't really see much open, forced the ball. Yeah, punt would have been better. RPO, slant, Lamont James right there, but the catch is made. Mobley with incredible, play strength to not drop that. Incredibly strong hands. 3rd and 1. Yet we're not going to be there. Hit him, please. 1st and 10, tight end in motion. Certainly be a run. We're right there. Bourne knocked down. And we're getting to learn Cooley pretty quickly. And the irony is that Cooley might be on fire. Nah, it was just one play. We've been good about shutting him down so far. Let's actually blitz Hopper. We'll move Cushing up near the line. We're going to leave the tight end in a block. That's got to be picked. It is! Joey Maffei takes it away. The linebacker back in coverage. and plays better than half my secondary, to be fair. Nice play. Caden Salter turns it over. But now the trouble is getting out of our own end zone. We are on the 1 yard line. You wouldn't really be that mad about an interception if you can get a safety off of it, but we're obviously trying to avoid that. And a gain of 2.5 maybe helps us do that in a big way. But I still think we have to keep it on the ground in this spot. 2-minute offense, essentially have to go the length of the field, looking for space, and somehow a hand reaches out and slows down Rayshawn Battles. It'll be 3rd and 5. 2-minute warning stops the clock and puts Liberty in a phenomenal spot if they manage to get a stop here. So we really need to convert. And we're going to be running into traffic, trying to scramble for it. McKee puts the ball on the ground. Get out of bounds. Oh, my God. And it's 4th and 1 because he dropped the football beyond the line to gain, or behind the line to gain, even though his body was up. It's where the ball is. We nearly ran into a sack, managed to escape, tried to lower the shoulder to guarantee the first down, and the ball falls back, and we don't pick it up. And from our own goal line, we cannot go for this, unfortunately. That was a bad sequence. Really not good. Gonna be a touchdown? Okay. I'm not even commentating that one. I didn't like anything about... Yeah, Sibley, you can go... This... Oh, God. The sleep emote. I'm not even going to call it a celebration. He emoted on me. I'm playing Fortnite. God dang. It's 21-0. We can bounce back. We know our offense can score. Our defense has already made a stop. Or 2 even. We have time. Do we get the football to start the second half? That would be extremely helpful. We have 1 minute and 30 seconds to put some type of points on the board. We really haven't been able to do it so far. But we're going to start. That's just what's going to happen. We're going to start scoring points. Just get some yards back. Saw Devin Bibbs. Didn't feel great about it. Opted to play it safer. 2nd and 2. Get it out to the back. Tight end's going to work as a blocker. That'll work. Okay, Matt Sims doing a good job. That fumble really didn't help us either, by the way. It's the mistakes that kill you. I can deal with 3 and out. That happens. I'll take the incompletion. But it's the fumbles. It's the penalties. It's getting sacked. Those are drive killers. Interceptions, obviously, we've thrown a couple of those, which is uncharacteristic of Neil McKee. But they've happened. And then Kai Kiernan with an uncharacteristic drop. Tried to fit it in a tight window. We actually did get it in there. And nothing to show for it. It's 3rd and 10. Throw that ball. Yes, behind the corner. Devin Bibbs, nice catch. We're threading the needle here on a couple of these. But you have to be willing to take shots. Let's get this to the wide side of the field. Probably should have called a timeout, to be honest. But we have time. Bubble screen. Kiernan's still on his feet. We'll call a timeout now. We need some type of points. Cannot go into the half down 21-0. 2nd and 6. Rolling out. Running back wide open. It's James Abel. And he's able to stiff arm and get out of bounds. 31 seconds now. You have double moves on the outside with these kind of slant and goes. I can see Devin Bibbs making somebody miss here. You work up the field. We're going to give that a shot. Tough catch, but it's made. Jason Becker. We'll call a timeout. I mean, we're down 21-0. Might as well get aggressive, and that's exactly what we did. What a catch from James Becker. And I'd love to throw a touchdown to Devin Bibbs right now. That's where we're looking. Intercepted. Forced it. Yep. Oh, what a good drive, too. Just forced it. I mean, there's no way around it. It wasn't there. I tried to throw with anticipation and believe that it would be there. You've seen the result. Quentin Reese with the pick this time. He played it the whole way. I mean, there's simply no way around it. He was right there. He was too close in the area to force that in there. There's just There's no way. I mean, obviously, you know what I want to do here? Man, we haven't really been in replay mode for a long time. That shows you how few interceptions I've been throwing. This probably is the throw. Of course, you know, he turns his back after the ball's already being thrown. So I don't know how open this would have been, but I think it would have been a completion. Would have been nice if 16 followed Kai Kiernan. And then maybe we do have the score, but he takes away kind of both routes. More the dig than the whip route, unfortunately. So, missed opportunity. You just can't make those mistakes, especially not at this point in the game. We had a legitimate chance to get back in it there. And unfortunately, I don't know what's happening, but I'm making a ton of mistakes again. And it's because we're trying to push the ball down the field. This better not be a touchdown. I mean, you got to be kidding me. But the whole reason I'm not being aggressive with the ball downfield is from what you've seen in this game. The offense is so good when not doing that. So why are we suddenly changing things? Liberty going to try to get a field goal up, make this a 24-point game. And that's what they're going to do. It's right down the middle. Okay. I mean, I can't even be that mad. It's just self-inflicted wounds for the most part. I mean, you can't really help a fumble a lot of the time, but we've had opportunities and we have not managed to rise to the occasion. That's the first half. It is as bad of a first half as we have played since UTSA in week 1. Gotta be better. 3 picks thrown. Unacceptable. Fumble lost. Unacceptable. We get the football to start the third quarter. But I haven't done this in a while, but shout out to JoJo. It might be too little too late. We need the crowd to get back in this one. But, I mean, what can you even get excited about right now? Not much. Throw the slot fade on the screen. Devin Bibbs, broken tackle. Completely against the design of the play. But that slot fade essentially works as a hot. So if we see a matchup we like, we can go ahead and throw that against the screen. But the ball's got to come out quickly. And it did. And we'll see if Kai Kiernan can win on the outside. Little hesitation. You got to go up and get the football. Kiernan can't bring it down. 2nd and 10. Get that out there to Abel. It'll be 3rd and 7. Absolutely 4-down territory here as we are down 24-0. You can't punt the ball back at this stage. But we need Sims to get out, block ahead, and then Zach Edmond runs in behind. There it is. Didn't really get the blocks that we wanted. And Edmond is short, but that's okay. We are not punting. You got to be crazy to think this is a punt spot. 4th and 2 from the 35. We're going for it, and we're running on it. Really 3-down lineman, but you can consider that edge a 4th. We're going to run away from him. We're going to go up the middle, and Rayshawn Battles has it. We're going to fight back in this game. We're going to at least try. Can't guarantee a win. We knew this would be a tough one. We have not played well today. Tight end wide open over the middle. It's Matt Sims, 1st down to the 8. 3 picks today. I mean, this is the worst game of the season for Neil McKee. I don't even think it's close. And we've played very well, but not in this game. Wide open. Zach Edmond makes it 2nd and goal on the 3. Can we try to run this in? We're averaging 1.9 yards per play call in this particular inside zone. But that's really all we need this time around. Touchdown. James Abel finds the end zone. We just have no power at running back, really. We have 2 receiving backs, and that works well sometimes, but when you need to pound it in, it gets a little bit difficult. James Abel's able to power through enough. Finds the end zone. And we will go for 2. We'll need a couple more touchdowns and 2-point conversions to make this a game again, but 8 is 24, right? So I don't really like these routes, though, unfortunately. I don't really know where we'd be going with the ball. Hopefully something gets open. Tight end. There it is. Matt Sims, 2-point is good. There is a path to victory, a path to tying it. It's going to be incredibly difficult, but it exists. Couple of stops, couple of scores. Need the 2-point conversion on all of them. Cushing on the blitz. Could not quite get to Caden Salter, but we forced the incompletion. Corey Cushing was flying in for a guy without speed. Incredibly impressive. 3rd and 6. Trying to run at everything. Brower allows the catch. Needed to stop there. Ball came out! We stood him up and we got the takeaway! Cooley cooling off. He might be ice cold after that one. We just stood him up and got the football out. Who came over and made this play? Was it Corey Cushing? Because we were using him at first and kind of got out of position. I think Mafe got there first. Cushing came in from behind and just jacked him up. And we had a path to getting back in this game. Just cannot afford any screw-ups at this point. Wide open. There's a flag. It's a huge play for Matt Sims. But it's probably coming back. Or it's not. Is it roughing the passer? We are right back in this game. Roughing the passer gives us the ball on the 6-yard line. Can we punch this in with James Abel? And we're going to need the 2-point conversion as well. There's Abel up the middle, down to the 1. That will work. So we're going to fake. Well, we're going to have jet motion with Bibbs. We're going to fake the jet touch pass and go right up the gut with James Abel. There's the fake. Don't really think anyone bought it. Don't really think anybody needed to. James Abel into the end zone. Touchdown. It really could be a one-possession game here, depending on the next play. We, of course, will be going for 2. I like the idea of this concept because it's similar to what we basically dialed up ourselves earlier. I'd love for Kai Kiernan to get open here. 2-point conversion. We're stepping up the middle. Neil McKee will scramble for it. 2-point is good. It's a one-possession game here in Trenton. It is a one-possession game. 1:38 to play in the 3rd quarter. We are fighting back. All right, Trenton State got home field advantage. Can we dial up this crowd and really play an impact in this game? We're 3-3. I mean, we have the same record as Liberty. Why can we not hang with this team? We can. We're doing it. The second half has been very different than the first half. But as I've said all the time, you know, if they want to run slants all day, we won't be able to defend them. So, don't do that, please. Let's play action. Little bubble screen. Probably one more play before we start the 4th quarter. They're trying to take time off the clock. That much is apparent. They're worried about Trenton State. They're worried about the Titans. We're on the quarterback. Salter lit up. Assaulted by Zeke Hopper. Snap the ball. Give us one more snap in the 3rd quarter. Come on. I don't think they will. And they won't, wisely, might I add. It's 24-16. Liberty's falling apart. We've been on the other side of this thing. We know how easy it is to fall apart. The road to glory, maybe especially with Colby Spencer at Kennesaw State. But the crowd's getting back into it. This is a massive 3rd down. Can we shade inside here? Let's do that. If they want to beat us down the field, whatever. Let's play action. Get over the middle. Deep shot. Brower, get back in the play. He got a hand on it. Darrell Brower with the pass breakup. And Liberty will have no choice but to punt from their own 32. Back to return, as always, is Goss. Call for a fair catch. It's wide open in the flat. We got a block. Battles takes a big shot. No passing touchdowns for Neil McKee in this one, as I guess you can imagine. Safety's kind of blending in with the logo. We can't forget about him. He's actually going to shade over. But I don't think anyone's on Kai Kiernan. But Jason Becker did not block. So, kind of lost that opportunity. Sims or Bibbs here? I mean, that's where it's going. Get the ball out. Bibbs! Nice catch! Takes a big hit, but does not drop the football. We got aggressive throw in there instead of to the tight end. 6 minutes to play. But we can't slow down here as McKee misses the throw. The reason we can't slow down, if we don't get the 2-point conversion, we're in rough shape. There's not a lot of time left in this one. Screen. Get back up the field. Rayshawn Battle should be a first down. I'd love a shot off play action here. Dagger could work. Dagger concept's on the right side of the field, which I feel like is unusual based on what I'm used to. But I think it should work perfectly. There's Kai Kiernan, and he's running away. Kiernan down to the 22. The offense is firing on all cylinders right now. They're actually going to bring the safety up. So we're going to go ahead and slide protect to that side, at least a half slide, and see if we can find the time. Launch it up. Work back to the football. Targeting Boyette. He can't bring it in. A little bit too aggressive on first down in that spot. A little bit too aggressive. 2nd and 10. Kiernan in motion. Get the ball out. Up the seam. Battles. Fights through contact. Makes the catch. And gets extra yards. Let's flip this around. Jason Becker going to be the recipient. I don't know that Becker runs especially well. I know he doesn't have terrible speed, but it's not great. But he does have the edge here. And he's going to reach the ball across the plane. Touchdown. Oh, my goodness. And he hits the Heisman. Wishful thinking, maybe, but I appreciate it. And I'm not sure he got the ball across. We'll need another look, because that was really close. And they are going to review it. I wouldn't be surprised if this is overturned. We'll see. It is overturned. It'll be 2nd and goal on the 1. But the clock stops for that. And we should be able to punch this in. James Abel, 3rd time's the charm. James Abel, 3rd rushing touchdown of the game. We'll need the 2-point conversion to tie it, but we have come all the way back. Huge 2-point conversion attempt. We've shown him everything here, but we haven't shown him this. Bibbs in motion, gets the touch pass, gets in the score, or in for the score. I was gonna say in for the touchdown, but that just happened. It is 24-24. Liberty has blown a 24-point lead. And now we're gonna need our defense to make a stop. 4 minutes on the clock. Our defense has been lights out in the second half. But you're gonna have to play even better. Gonna have to play even better. That's a great start. Jesus Christ. That's Ahmad Bourne. TFL. The Bourne supremacy. Alive and well. Corey Cushing wraps up to gain a 6 for Quentin Cooley. We're gonna show man coverage here. We're going to pass commit, shade inside. I'm worried about the slants. And we're going to press at the last second. Throwing! Allen can't get there. I mean, we pressed, but he never pressed. He was kind of more of a soft shoe technique. Drops back, gets into his back pedal, never triggers downhill to make the play. Running back searching for space, finding more than enough. I wish that was a first down instead of 2nd and inches. They're going to take this down to the 2-minute warning. We need to stop. We need to stop. And I think we're going to have to run commit in this spot as well. 2nd and inches, we need to stop. They're going to pass, but it's a screen. Jerez Hoke is all over it. First timeout called. Jerez Hoke. He's been a tackling machine this year. We are blitzing at this run. We need it to be a run. They're passing. Throwing slant. Lamont James cannot break it up. First down, Liberty. And we're in a bad spot here. It's another screen. Corey Cushing cannot wrap up. Trying to save as much time as possible so we have a chance to answer. But Liberty's just driving right now. Lamont James. Good defense. Forces the incompletion. It's 3rd and 1. See what they do here. It's a pivotal snap. Throwing slant, first down. And I'm worried that's going to be the game. We need a sack or something. So we got to blitz out. We have to. We need TFLs. We got to force them out of field goal range. Their kicker hit a long one already in this game. Gets to the outside. I think we have to let him in. I know that seems crazy. We have to let him in there. Cooley scores. We have no timeouts because we're trying to save and conserve time. We have 1 minute and 25 seconds and 1 timeout. We can't just let them run the clock out and take a field goal and win the game, right? That's unfortunately our best course of action, is to let him in and say, hey, our best chance to win this game is to get the ball back with some amount of time and try to score a touchdown within that time period. So, ugly to go down with, a minute and a half to go, not even. But we lose the game if he doesn't score there, I think. And you know what? We may lose the game anyway. We were down 24-0. We fought back, scored 24 unanswered. Jason Becker, nice spin move. Really helped save the clock. So, there are no moral victories, though, right? There are victories and there are defeats. And we're playing for the win. Kiernan, outside, has a step, and we got him! Kai Kiernan! Broken tackle, down inside the 5. Kai Kiernan. We got to chew clock here. We have to. Take time off the clock. Cannot let Liberty get the football back if we don't... Well, I don't know. We obviously need to score. Abel, 4th touchdown of the game. We can't let Liberty have too much time to score is what I was trying to get at. James Abel, 4th touchdown of the game. And I'll tell you what, I would consider going for it. However, I still feel like we have momentum. We have outplayed this team the entire second half. Roughing the kicker is only applicable on the kickoff. Okay. So the PAT is good. If that made it on the 1-yard line, we would have had a tough decision to make. It's not what happens. But we have the momentum right now, in my opinion. We have outplayed them the entire second half. Guaranteed touchback. They do have time. 26 seconds and 3 timeouts is more than enough time. That's a concern, obviously. But we've outplayed them. I think if we play for overtime, we're going to be in a fine spot. You got to wrap up. You got to get to the outside. Oh, my goodness. That's way too many yards. It's way too many yards. And we got to play back, too. I mean, I don't want to let them get into field goal range, but we can't get beat over the top. Salter with all day. He's airing it out down the field. Darrell Brower nearly intercepted, but off his hands. And he's been sure-handed this year. I'm actually surprised that he dropped that. As bad as he is overall, he does have good hands. Not that time. Throwing over the middle. That's perfect. Liberty forced to call a timeout. I don't really like cover 6. I want 4 deep for sure. Run cover 4 quarters. 9 seconds. Do not let them get into field goal range. But they're approaching it. That is so wide open. That is not even funny. Out at the 31. Liberty with a chance to win it. They're going to be iced when they do so. Maybe. It's a college kicker from the far left hash for the win. Wide left, no good. Oh my goodness. What do college kickers do? Miss. He had the leg. He did not have the accuracy. Oh my goodness. 31-31. We are headed to overtime in Trenton. All right, overtime rules. Get the ball on the 25. Each team gets possession from the opposing team's 25-yard line in the first 2 overtimes. If it goes beyond that, you got to start going for 2, and then it's only 2-point conversions, if I recall. I actually did not read it beyond that second line there for some reason. Whoever wins the toss doesn't really matter. I think I'd prefer to know what we need, though. So we're going to play defense first. If we get the stop, we know we only need 3. Okay. Overtime. New lease on life. We very nearly lost this game. Very nearly. But we didn't. We forced overtime. We came all the way back. It's 31-31. Might as well be 0-0. And Lamont James allows a catch. We're in man coverage, but we aren't good enough in man coverage. But we're also not good enough in zone coverage. It's kind of a bad combo, I would say. Press them on the outside. If they beat you over the top, whatever. There's barely even enough space to do that. Get out. Ahmad Bourne saves a touchdown. 2nd and 8. That's going to be a touchdown, isn't it? Touchdown, Cooley. I mean, there's such a clear lane to the end zone. You guys are talking a lot of trash for a team that blew a 24-point lead. Would we consider going for 2 if we score a touchdown? It's an interesting question. And I don't have the answer right now. Because first and foremost, we have to score that touchdown in the first place. We need 25 yards. Time is not a factor, as we know. We don't have to push the ball down the field like crazy. It's 1st and 10. Don't want to take a sack. Don't want to be too insane. Throw on the run. Rayshawn battles. Fighting to the end zone. Got it. Took a hit at the goal line, but battled in. Instant answer. And this is where you start to consider going for 2. Now, here's the problem. And I have to look at the optics of this as the head coach at Trenton State University. If we go for 2 and get it, it's a great call. Coach Gene Dangus is the hero. If we don't get it, it's you fought all this way back for nothing. Our defense just, they've started to be bad again. We're going to play the conservative route here. We're going to take the conservative route. We're going to play it conservatively. We're going to say, hey, our offense is cooking right now. Maybe something changes if they score another touchdown, right? That's right, we start now. Well, took 1 play, so they haven't really seen much other than the entire rest of the game. I don't know. What's the right call there? It's hard to say. What would you guys do? We've been so good with the 2-point conversions the entire game, right? But will our luck run out at some point? It absolutely could. Nice catch from Jason Becker. We needed that. I'm a little afraid to run against this. But we're going to go for it anyway. Space for Abel. And he's had an incredible game. Not so much in the way of yards, because we never really do. But he has so many touchdowns, so many first downs, and we just got sacked. Ball came loose, recovered by Rayshawn Battles. Oh my goodness. I mean, that's the game if we don't get that. Rayshawn Battles saves us, but 2nd and 22 is not an enviable position. We got to find a way to get the ball down the field. Are you open there? Diving catch made by Jason Becker. Under siege, under fire was Neil McKee, but he got it close enough, and Jason Becker lays out and makes an incredible grab. 3rd and 7. Something on this right side. Running back wide open. It's Rayshawn Battles, and he's in. Drive MVP. Because without him, we lose the game. He recovered the fumble. He gave us a chance. Jason Becker also had a great drive. But we managed to score really as a result of Jason Becker, obviously, but Rayshawn Battles. And of course, we have to go for 2 now, right? Have to go for 2. What do we think is our best chance to get this? I don't really love an RPO in this spot. We have 17 seconds to make a decision. 10 seconds. Do we run for this? I don't trust it. 6 seconds. 4 seconds. Rolling out. McKee with just enough speed! And he's in! Neil McKee with just enough speed. Able to stretch the ball across the goal line. And the 2-point is narrowly successful. And now we'll need to do what Liberty could not. That's get a stop and then stop the 2-point conversion and we win the game. Over the middle. Throwing! It's intercepted! Corey Cushing! Easy reads! Hop on pop! Liberty, I'm your daddy, baby! Game over! Easy reads, Corey Cushing with the user pick to take it away and seal their fate. You're going to hell. Their worst nightmare at Liberty. What a victory for the program. A staple win in Trenton State Titan history. James Abel, on just 8 attempts, scored 4 touchdowns, had only 15 yards rushing. Oh my goodness. Are you kidding me? Are you not entertained? What a victory. I'm sweating. I cannot believe that. I don't know if you're going to see a better game in Trenton State history. What an effort by the boys. That game had everything. Turnovers, a lot of them. Trials and tribulations. And triumph. Trials, tribulations, triumph for the Trenton State Titans. That's a lot of T's. The only T's that could make this better are well, all right, maybe that's not appropriate for this channel. We're going to simulate to the next week. What a game. What a week. I'm on cloud 9 right now. And I'll tell you what, Zach Poole saw a good one. Week 9 visitor from Jacksonville. Well, he's coming down southwest to Trenton. He saw what we're capable of doing, and he's joined our class. It's all offense all the time here. Got our athlete quarterback. Got a big-time tight end, and now we add speed, somewhat size, he's 6'1", and route running ability at the receiver position. This is a huge get. And we got him before Florida State could really make a big push, which was excellent. And the problem is when you look at the rest of recruiting, as James Abel is your Conference USA Player of the Week, the funniest stat line ever. If you look at the rest of recruiting, as we are 4-3, I can't even believe this. We are falling behind on Carl Baggett, who's a corner we want. Now, we can get him in on a visit. And, I mean, we can beat Sam Houston, dude. They're a higher tier opponent. They shouldn't be. FIU 6-2. Let's get Carl Baggett in on a visit. I don't know what he's going to be into, but I think he's going to be into one of either playing time or playing style. Here's how we can kind of figure that out. Check this out, right? If we were to do soft sell, there is always a combination that fits. So we know he likes coach prestige, so he might like proximity to home, right? But we know coach prestige is going to be in one of them. We know he doesn't like conference prestige, so that doesn't fit. He could like this, but again, that features proximity to home, as does this. We know he doesn't like brand exposure, championship contender. So we're going to sell him on proximity to home because that is what it has to be. And to further prove that, we will soft sell with proximity to home. And the reason I am not choosing coach prestige, it's a D. Why would I sell him on that? But I know he's going to like proximity to home, so I can sell him on anything and get the bonus for it. So we get 4 points. I'm telling you, people are, you can do that with the X's? You can. If you have something they like, the fit is there. So proximity to home is what we're selling him on, and we get 4 points as a result of that. And we're going to get him on a visit to at the Sam Houston State game. And we're going to sell him on proximity to home again, which I think is what he's going to be into. I know he's a bust or whatever. This is a really good cornerback recruit. This is someone we want to get. Miami's making a push, but if we get him on campus and really make a push for him, this is a recruitment I think we can win. And we are going to try to do that. Friends and family, search social media. I mean, we're going in on Carl Baggett. This is now a recruitment we have to win. Kentucky making a move on Moses Durant. That's going to put us in a tough spot. That's what I'm okay losing out on, though, to be honest. Finally in the top mix for Cliff Fehoko. He's a top 75 player. He's just a blocking tight end. I don't know what I'm going to find out about him where I'm like, oh my goodness, we have to have him. He's got 75 blocking. The odds of that are low. So we're just leaving him on the board. We know we want Kevin Rush. And we can get him in on a visit as well. We only have 45 hours remaining, though, is the problem. But we can win this recruitment over Arizona if we push. We're going to push. He wants to play. You can play here, Kevin Rush. And now that we know he really likes playing time, we can change our recruiting pitch. So we can take everything else off, and we're going to end up putting some of it back on. But we can hard sell on playing time. That will work. And you can see +4, we got the max. I can also add +5 for search social media. We got him in on a visit week 12. It's going to be close against Arizona, but I think we can do it. Gerald Diggs locked us out. We were putting some points on him. He's not that amazing, though. He's headed to Arkansas. He'll be a Razorback. DJ Grimes, we definitely want. Jawan Stevens, we definitely want as well. This is the gem corner. We will get in on the mix, or in the mix on him. I think that's almost a certainty. And we really don't know about these other corners yet. Although I will say, with Barack Hassan being only just offered a scholarship and already being his number 2, we jumped up from number 9. That should be a recruitment we end up winning. We just don't know if he's any good right now, which is a problem, admittedly. That is a problem. Take a look at Zach Poole here. We end up beating Florida State by a lot, but only 80% scouted, but we know all we need to know. He's a 6'1", 185-pound route runner. That's a great combo already, with the natural as a mental ability, and it looks platinum, so reduced weather effects. He's a top 200 player in the nation, fringe top 20 receiver, 93 speed, only 89 acceleration. Deep route running is not great, but he wins in the intermediate areas of the field. 80 route running for medium routes, 77 short. Catching's okay at 73. I think we got something there. And Moses Butts is very close to committing as well. So the class is coming together a little bit. If you look at the top classes, they're going to have a lot more than we have right now. We're a very low-tier school. We haven't really been going after the 1-stars. We want to get better quickly. And I like where the class is right now. I'm really not too mad about it, because we're about to get a ton of offensive line commits if all goes well. And that's kind of where my focus has been. We're building up the offense. I know I keep saying I want defense, 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 but establishing one side of the ball first I don't think is that bad of an idea. And if you look at top classes within Conference USA, we're currently about middle of the pack, but with only 3. We've got 2 4-stars and a 3-star. Congratulations, UTEP, on your 13 1-stars, right? And Jacksonville State on 16 1-stars. I don't care about 1-stars. I'm trying to get good. We also have 10 coach points available. We will be finishing out some of recruiter here. Recruiting actions give a bonus to running backs. This is going to be really good for the running back we're pursuing. In a good spot on receiver. I think it's time to unlock linebackers. Take less time to fully scout. Although, if we can build up to recruiting actions, give a bonus to O-line, that is probably where we want to go. So we're going to bite the bullet on that and just basically have an upgrade that is not going to do anything for us at this exact moment, but will later. We're only a level 6, so it's not going to be too tough to get to a level 7. Okay? And we'll be able to give that bonus, hopefully, while we're still recruiting some of those guys. Because the offensive line, I like where we are with these recruitments, but they're not over. We can't guarantee that we're going to get really any of these guys yet, especially not the guys where we're still only just in their top 5. It's close, but we are not there yet. So there's a long way to go, especially on these guards. We don't really have much of a lead. Manny Cabrera, I think, will be a part of this class, and he's a pretty good player. But I really can't guarantee Tim Laval, who looks good as well, despite not great strength. Same for Manny Cabrera. Same for Marlon Washington. But we're going after a type. Pass protectors. That's 90% of the players we're going after, it feels like. Maybe closer to 70%, but that's what we're going to need. Guys that can give us time to throw. But that's going to do it for this episode, guys. Hopefully you're excited about it. That was a crazy one. We managed to get a big-time win. And if you look at the conference, we have not dropped an in-conference game. We are on pace to be about the best team in Conference USA. I don't know why FIU would slow us down. If we can beat Liberty, which in my opinion is the best team in the conference, I think we can pretty much play with anybody. You look at the schedule here. We're coming up to the end of season 1, obviously. We've got 5 games left, and we need more points for recruiting. We only have 3 guys in the class. They're good players. They're going to help us out, but we need more. I'll see you in the next one. Take it easy.